Hi Sundar, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can. So hello everyone. We'll just wait for another couple of minutes and then we can get started. So Jagan, can you please go in the presentation mode?
Yeah, sure.
Hello everyone. Good evening to all. So we'll get started. Today we are gathered here for the admin community group meetup, Trichy, and we are going to see about the topic publish and subscribe platform events using flows. This is our topic for today's presentation. And this is all about our community group, admin group Trichy. Kader Basha is the community group leader, and myself Sundravel. I'm the co-leader of this group. We both work in the same organization. We have 3+ years of experience, and we have successfully conducted about more than 15 meetups. And hopefully, this meetup will also helps you to learn more in the public and in the flows. So next is the speaker, and Jagannathan. He is our speaker for today's presentation. He is also working in MST and he has 3+ years of experience. He is very well versed in admin and development concept, and also he has hands-on experience in Flow Builder. So without any wait, I'm handing over to the speaker. So yeah, Jagan, so you can continue from here.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sundar. Yeah, good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining this meeting. So today, I am Jagannathan. Actually, I'm working as a Salesforce developer at MST Solutions, and I'm having like more than 3 years of experience in Salesforce platform. So today we are going to see about the topic like how we are going to like publish and subscribe the platform events by using the flows. So this is the agenda for today. So first we will see about the introduction about the platform event. So what is platform event? So and then we are going to see about how we are going to create this that platform event in our Salesforce platform. So and then so we can see about the how the platform event transaction would be. So how the transaction is controlling in the platform event, and we are going to see about like what are the data types we have data types are supported in platform events, and then we'll see about like what are the ways we have like to publish and subscribe the platform events. So and then so here actually we are gathering to see about like how the platform event is working through the flow. So we'll see about the publish and subscribe by using the platform events by using the flows, and then we'll see some use cases. So in that use cases, so we can use the platform events. We'll see that use cases as well. So and then finally, so we'll see the demo of like how we are going to incorporate the platform event with the flow builder. So this is the introduction about the platform event. So platform event is like it is an event. So it is an event-driven architecture. So event-driven architecture is nothing but so it is uses events to trigger and communicate between the decoupled services. By using that service, so we can connect and exchange the real-time data between the Salesforce and external system. So there are in both ways, so we can do like from Salesforce to external system. So if we want to transmit some data, so we can do it through the platform event, and then so if we want to like transmit some other data from external system to Salesforce, so we can incorporate platform event to achieve this. So and then so it is like a platform event actually, so we are like sending the messages through the channel. So while sending that message, so actually it is like always secure and scalable messages. So in that message, so we can declare some uh, data, so we can forward those data from one system to another system. So there are two things in platform event. So one is publisher and another one is subscriber. So publisher is nothing but so like the publisher is going to create a create a record, and then the publisher is going to like transmit that data through the channel. So and then the receiver can receive that channel. So the receiver is like nothing but so as a subscriber. So like once the publisher publishes the event, so like we by using one or more subscribers, so we can fetch the data, and then we can we can process further to based on the data value, so we can process.
Jagan,
So
sorry to interrupt. Can you
yeah, sorry.
please? Yeah. So this is Sundravel. So
Yes,
can you
Sundar.
please go a little bit slow?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So next we will see about like what is event-driven terminology. So here you can see in the image you can see, right. So we are having three things. One is event producer, event bus, and event consumer. So producer is nothing but the publisher. So actually, and the publisher is the one so going to create a record like create a message, and it is going to transmit that message through the event bus. So and then it will it will be received by the consumer. The consumer is nothing but the subscriber. So these are all some of the terminologies. So actually that is in event-driven terminologies. So first is event. So what is event? So actually a change in state that is meaningful in a business process. So assume like so if we are in a online shopping, so considers like Flipkart or Amazon. So once we like but while doing like purchase the product, so we are going to like click a buy now button, right? So while doing it, so actually that is like considered as a event. So in that event, so like the event make contains like some data. So event message is nothing but so that a message that contains data about the event. So the event message is also called as event notification. So the next one is like event producer. The event producer is like nothing but the like we already told, like so that is like publisher. So we are calling publisher as a event producer. So in the publisher, so actually we are going to like create a like a event message, and then we are going to sending that message to the in the channel to the channel. So and then event channel. So like by using the event channel, so we can like once the producer transmitted the message, so by using the event channel, so we can get that detail of the data, and then we can proceed further. So and then even consumer is nothing like nothing but so the subscriber. So once the producer transmitting the data, so we can receive by using the receive even consumer. So and then even bus, even bus. So yeah, and actually, so once the data is transmitted through the channel, so the even bus. So in the even bus only, so actually we are having that data. So the data is stored in even bus. So actually, it is like for the communication between the producer and consumers. So actually, we are using the even bus. So actually, here actually the uh, in the even bus, actually the data is stored up to 72 hours in the in Salesforce. So next one is like how to create platform events. So like the platform event is like a Salesforce entity. So it is like same as like how we are having like a custom object in Salesforce, right? So this is similar to the custom object. So we can create this platform event through the setup. So in setup we have option to create a platform event. So from that, so we can create that event. So and then so like it is like so in the custom object, so actually so if we create any record, so actually we are calling it as like a record. So but actually here in platform event, so actually we are calling it as like event messages. So event messages is nothing but like the record in the custom object. So and then so platform events actually provide two transaction control things. So one is like publish after commit, and then publish immediately. So by using the publish after commit, so if we like if we initiate any transaction in the sense, so once it is completed successfully and the data is stored in Salesforce, so then only actually the platform event data will be published through to the consumer. So if we use the publish immediately means, so actually it will not wait for the data to come, wait for the the transaction uh, commit. So actually it is like immediately actually it is like immediately actually it will do that. Okay. So and then these are the some of the supported data types we have in the platform event. So checkbox, date, time, number, text, and text ALM. So like in the normal custom object, so we are having like multiple data types like email, phone, and some more like lookup fields we have. So but actually here in platform event we are having like only 6 data types. So I let me show you the let me show you how you are going to create a platform event in Salesforce, and then what are the data types available in Salesforce. So let me show that in Salesforce. So in the setup, so if you search for the platform event, so here actually we are having an option called the platform event. So by using this, so we can create a new platform event. So like a custom object, so we can create a new platform event. So we have to just give a name like a custom object. So and then once it is done, so actually here actually we are having like a publish behavior. One is like a publish immediately and then after publish after commit. So if we choose the publish immediately, so once a record is created for the publish for the platform event, so it will transmit it immediately. Otherwise, so it will wait for the transaction to commit into the database. So and then only so actually the event will fire. Okay. So here actually I created one platform event called job search. So here you can see it. So once it is platform event object is created, so here you can see uh, the object panel. So here you can see, so we can create a number of fields here from this. So actually in this job search platform event, so actually I created 6 custom fields. So here from this, so actually we can create like more number of custom fields. So here you can see, so these are the available. That means the supported data types we have in the platform event. So let me move on to this slide. So next, the difference between the a subject and platform event. So like a subject, so we can create this platform event in setup, and then we can create a number of custom fields here, and then it can be inserted declaratively through the process builder or flow. We can create the platform event record. Otherwise, we can use the Apex code by using the Apex code as well. So we can insert the platform event record. So and then we can control the permissions of the platform event custom object. So here actually we are having two options. One is read and create. So we based on the current login user profile and permission set, so we can control the read and create permission for the platform event. So this is is a custom object. So here you can see, right, so not like a subject. So platform events are definition entities. So in the platform events, actually a record is considered as a event messages. So and then the messages once it is created in Salesforce, actually it is not viewable in the Salesforce UI, and then we are not able to query that by using the Apex or any other thing. So but actually in the normal custom object, so we can we can query the inserted records. And then so once it is once the platform record is created, so and then we are not able to update or delete that particular record. So actually for the platform event, so it is not having the functionality of updating the deleting. So once it is inserted, so it will be published immediately in the event channel. So the subscriber can listen to that message. So and then the next is the difference between the generic event versus platform event. So in the generic event, so we cannot create a new fields, but actually in the platform event, so we can create a new custom fields as per our need, and then we can use it, right? So and then we can include the user define the payloads in both like in generic and platform events. So like in Salesforce, so actually we are having like more number of APIs to connect, right? So both are supporting like REST API, SOAP API, and bulk APIs. Actually, both generic and platform events are supporting all the APIs. So and then so in the platform event, so we can like we have option to create a record and publish the record, publish the platform event by using the Apex. But actually by using the generic event, actually it is not possible to create. So and then like subscribe via commit DD. So like if you want to like publish from the external system, so the in that case actually we are using the commit D client system. So actually by using that, so we can receive the message and then we can perform some other operations. So and then platform even supports like for the Apex triggers to subscribe, but in generic event actually that option is not available. So and then publish declaratively using the process builder and flow builder. So actually that option is available in platform event, but by using the generic event like some push event, so actually we are not able to create. So and then so we'll see about like how we are what are the ways we have like to publish the platform event. So once we set up the platform events, likewise once we create a platform event object and the respective fields, so we can publish the platform events either in four ways. One is by using Apex, and by using process builder, and by using flow, and then by using the Salesforce APIs. So by using the Apex, so actually in the Apex, so actually we are having a one class called event bus. So by using inside that class, so actually we are having one method called publish. But actually by using that, so we are able to like create a new platform event. So before that, what we have to do is like, so we have to create an instance for our created platform event object. So just we have like normal subject. So we have to create a just instance for the platform event, and we have to pass that instance to the event bus.publish method. So by using that, so we can like publish the platform event by using the Apex. So and then by using the process builder. So based on actually, so based on some field or button click. So if we want to like we want to create or make some we want to publish the thing, right? So we in that case, so we can use the process builder. So and the other is like flow. So by using flow, so by using the user in, if we want to like, if we want to get the information from the end user in a sense, so we can use the flow builder. So from the flow builder, so we have an option called, we have a flow type called screen flow. So by using that, so we can get the like current information from the end user, and then we can transmit that data. So and then by using the Salesforce APIs. So Salesforce, so actually Salesforce provides three types of APIs, right? So like one is like REST API and SOAP, and then bulk API. So we can use any one of the API, and then we can like publish the event. So once it is published, so then we can subscribe to that particular event. So in our demo times, actually we'll see about like Flow and Salesforce API. We'll see like how we are going to like publish the platform events by using the Flows and Salesforce APIs. So the next one is, so like once the platform event is published by using the by using any of the above these methods, so we can like capture that messages, and then we can proceed further by using any one of these five things. So one is Apex trigger, and another one is like process builder, and another one is flow builder, then EMP connector, and then the lightning component. So in the Apex trigger, so in the so actually, yeah, the platform event actually supports the trigger. So like custom object. So for the platform event object also, so we can create a trigger. So by using that trigger, so we can like get the information about the published message, and then we can make some progress on that. So like, but in Apex triggers, only the after insert triggers are working. So actually the platform events are actually we are not able to update or delete the platform event record. So actually only the insert after insert trigger is uh, useful to make that to make a subscription. So until like process builder. So in the process builder, so actually we are having a option called the platform event message messages received or not. So we can check that in the process builder. So actually while creating process builder, so actually we are having an option. So by using that option, so we can subscribe to the platform event, and then we can make our business process in process builder. So and then by using the flow, so in the flows actually we are having one flow type called platform event triggered flow. So by using that flow, so we can so by using that, so we can capture the published message, and then we can proceed. So inside that, so actually we are having like one global variable called record in flow. So by using that, so we can get the like dynamic values from that published message. So and then the EMP connector. So so Salesforce provides one EMP connector. So actually it is an open source tool. So by using that tool, so we can capture the published information. So in the external system. So and then so newly we have they added so we can capture the publish the platform event by using the Lightning component. So Lightning component is nothing but like Aura component and the Lightning Web component. So in both, so we have one component called the EMP API. So by using that EMP API component, so we can get the published message, and then we can if we want to like show some pop-up or some other thing in the Lightning component, then we can do that as well by using the Lightning component. So these are all the subscription techniques so we have in Salesforce. So next is consideration. So once it is like platform event, once we created a platform event, so actually it is appended with underscore e. In normal custom object, so you can see like, so we are having like underscore c, but actually for the platform event, so we are having like underscore e. So while making from the API, so while giving the request to the platform event, so make sure to use the correct suffix. So here you can see, right? So here actually I created a one platform event called job chat. So here you can see the API name. So this is suffixes with underscore e. So and then we cannot query the platform events through the SOQL or SOSL queries. So since actually it is not a readable thing, so actually we are not able to query by using the SOQL or SOSL. So and then so it is like and then we are not able to view the records in Salesforce, right? So that's why actually we are not able to use the platform event messages in the reports or list views, or in if we want if I search with that platform event, so actually we are not able to get that in the search icon. So and then so in the tab also, so actually we are not able to use the platform event message. So and then so once the platform event is published, and then the platform event cannot be rolled back. So yes, once it is we have a transaction control option, right? So if we choose like publish immediately, so we are not having option to roll back the platform event message that is sent through the publisher thing. So and then the platform event fields are read only by default. Yes. So actually we are not able to once it is created. So we are not able to edit the platform event records. So and then in the triggers, so only the after insert triggers are supported. So other the remaining events actually we are not supported the platform events. So and then so we can access this through the API or declaratively in the sense, so by using process builder or flow in Salesforce. So these are the some use cases. So we can use the platform events. So the first one is to avoid mixed DML exception. So most of the developer facing this issue in the same transaction. So if we insert or update the setup and so non-setup objects, so actually we are facing this issue. So actually Salesforce is not allowing us to like insert or update both setup and unsetup objects. So to overcome this issue, so actually mostly actually all the developers is going like through the at future method, asynchronous method. So instead of going through that, so we can use the platform event. So in the platform event, so we can for the setup or not setup. So any one of the for any one of the objects, so we can create a like another one platform event object, and then the respective fields, and then we will get get those informations, and then we will make it as some separate transaction. So if we like use in, so if we split like this, so the mixed DML exception is avoided when we are using the platform event. So and then the next thing is like delete the uploaded file as a side guest user. So actually, in the community, so the Sitebase community user profile, so actually they are not having access to delete any of the file inside our Salesforce system. So, but actually they are able to like upload the file, but they are not having option to delete the file. So if they want to like delete any of the files in the sense, so like what we can do like, so but actually they have a read permission for the uploaded file. So like in the Lightning Web Component or like Aura component, so we can query the particular record ID of the uploaded file, and then by we can pass that record ID through the platform event. So and then we will like in a separate transaction, so we will delete that uploaded file. So and then the third one is like collect the input from user through community. Yeah, like from the community. So if the current user don't have permission to some of the objects, but actually if they want to like create or create that object, so we can use the platform event. So so for example, so for the customer community profile, so actually we are not having an option to create an account record. So in that case, so if you want to create an account record as a side guest user, so we can use the platform event, and then we will create an account record. So these are some of the use cases, so we can use the platform event efficiently. So and then this is we'll see about like how we are going to like publish the platform event by using the flows. So like in the flow, so actually we are having an option called we have a flow type called like a screen flow and then auto launcher flow. So we can use as per our business needs. So we can any of the flow type, and then we so inside the flow, so actually we are having one element called create element. So in by index, so actually, so like normally, so in the flows, actually we are able to like create a record, create a like normal custom object record. So likewise, so we can choose the created platform event from the create records element in Salesforce. So and then in that, so actually we will map the respective field values, and then we will by respective field values, and then we will like create and publish that event. So here you can see, right? So so in this image, so actually the here actually we are having one screen flow. So in that screen, so actually we are getting some information from the end user, and then we are like from that from that user inputs, actually we are going to create a new platform event. Like we are going to like publish a new platform event by using the create record element. I will show you this in the demo part. So and then like how we are going to like subscribe by using the flows. So like once it is like published through any of the like any of Apex or API or flow or any other process, so we have to like we can subscribe through the flow builder. So in the flow builder, so we have a flow type called a platform event triggered flow. So by using that, so we can like subscribe to the platform events. So in that, so we are having one global variable called record. So by using that record, so we can get the value from that published message. So we can get those messages. So in this example, you can see. So actually, like here, actually, I'm using the platform event triggered flow for the job search platform event. So we have to like we can get that. So and then so we are having like create record element. So here actually we are not just getting that information and then we are storing it in Salesforce. So in Salesforce actually we are created one object called employee. So based on this response, so actually we are getting the response from this platform event actually, and then we are storing it into the employee object, and then we are actually sending the email based on the like user input. So if they gave any input email value, so we are sending the respective email by using the send email option in the flow builder. Okay, let me show you the demo, like how it is like working. So here you can see, right, so once I created like a job search a platform event with the like 6 fields. So like in this actually I'm going to get the employee name, email, phone, and then and the job title, job location, and the year of experience. I'm going to get as a user input actually by using ScreenFlow. So I'm going to get this information from the end user. So once it is once I got those information, so I am going to like by using that information I'm going to like create publish the event. So I will show you like how the flow is going to look like. So for the publishing, so actually I created one flow called publish platform event. Let me open this. So in this you can see, right, so we are having on screen to get the information from the end user. So and then so based on that information, so actually we are going to create that as like create as a platform event message. So once it is created, so it got published. So in the screen, so you can see, so actually I'm getting like name, email, phone, job title, job location, and year of experience fields. Actually, I'm getting those information from the end user. So respectively, I created for each and every thing. So actually, I created a field in the platform event as well. So like I'm going to like map the name in the name field in the job search platform event. So here you can see, right. So once while using the create records event, so we are here actually we can search for the platform event. So in this screen actually we are getting the values. So once I got those values, so actually by using the create record element, so actually I choose the job search platform event. So in that field in that object, so actually we are having like totally 5 fields. So in the platform event, email, job location, job title, name and phone, and then the year of experience. So actually these are all the values actually we are getting it from the user. So actually I'm mapping those values into these into the respective fields, and then once it is mapped, so while like once it is mapped and then while running the flow, actually like the message contains the all the email, job location, title, and then some other year of experience and all the information, and it got published. Let me show you the platform event as well. So here you can see, right, so actually we are having totally 6 fields. So actually we are mapping in this create record element. So actually we are mapping for all the fields. So actually we are mapping the user input values from the screen flow. So like by using this create record element, so we can publish the platform event by using the flow builder. So once it is published, so we can capture by using like we have like more number of methods, right? So by using Apex Trigger or Process Builder or flow, or again Flow or some other or Lightning components, so we can by using any of those subscription techniques, so we can capture the published information, and then we will we will proceed like some we will proceed something. So let me show you the another flow, the subscription flow as well. So, so here you can see, right? So actually I created another one flow called subscribe platform event. So actually it is of type platform event triggered flow. Here you can see it. So it is like auto launch flow. So these are like subscription platform actually I created. So if we see in this flow, so we have option to select the platform event type. So here you can see it. So once it is, while creating, it will ask for the platform event. So actually here actually I mentioned the job search as a platform event. So then here actually what I'm doing like doing, right. So once it is published, so actually I'm getting those platform event values in this flow. So actually by using that value, actually we are mapping it into actually in the Salesforce. Actually, we are having another one object called employee. So actually, I created one object called employee. So once it is published, so and then we are capturing those information, and then actually we are storing it into the employee object. So in the employee object also, so actually I created like the similar fields like email, job location, job title, name, phone, and year of experience. Actually, I created. So and then actually by using this record global variables, actually we are able to get the transmitted data from that from the publisher event. Vasant Kumar, do you have any questions? You are raising your hand, right?
Yes, yes. I just have one question. So,
Yeah.
can you please cancel this window? I'm not sure how you created this platform event. You mentioned that it's auto launch flow, but I'm quite confused. In the below start, I can see platform event or record flow.
Oh
Could you
no,
please?
actually this is like this is a platform event triggered flow.
So, is it auto launch flow? So, what type of flow are we using? Is it screen flow or what? What flow
This
it
is
is?
like a platform event triggered flow actually we are using for the platform events. So to
Okay, okay.
to subscribe to the platform event, so we must use the platform event triggered flow. Vasant.
Okay, okay. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, here actually we are using the sorry, platform event triggered flow only. So in this, so actually we are able to capture the transmitted information. So like by using the record global variable, we can get the transmitted information, and then actually here actually we are mapping it to the employee object.
Okay, okay. Got it. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So and then we have once it is done, so based in the user input, so actually we are having one field called email. So we are sending the email to that particular email address by using the send an email option. So here we can specify the email body and then the email subject and then the email address. So for the email address, actually we are like getting the published email value, and then for the job type for the subject, actually we are getting the job title. So let me run this. Let me publish through the community. Actually, what I did is like so in the inside a community. So let me show you that as well in the builder. So actually, I I placed that publisher flow in the home page to get the information from the end user. So here you can see it. So in the home page, so actually I placed that flow component, the standard component actually, and then from that actually I'm using the publish platform event. So by this is the event actually we created. Sorry, the flow we created already. So from this, so we can. So once the details are entered, so once when we click on the next button, so actually the platform event record get created in Salesforce, and it is and then the respective receiver, that means the subscriber can listen to that message, and then they can they can process. But in our case, actually we are storing it into the employee object, and then we are sending the email to the respective person. So maybe let me give some details here. So here actually I gave all these details, so I will copy this email to check in the email. So here you can see once all the details are entered by the end user. So once when you click on the next button, so actually it will in the event got published. So then the respective uh, this is the respective subscriber. So here you can see, right. So based on that, so actually we are storing that information in the employee object. So if we see in the employee object, so let me open the tab as well. So in this employee object, so now currently actually we are not having any records. Here you can see it. So we are not having any records. So once it is published, so actually and then we are subscribing to that event, and then we are storing it as an employee record. So we will see that once when we click on that next button. So once when I click on the next button in this, so now the information got published. So if we see the employee record, so here you can see, so the published message is captured and in the subscription flow, and then based on that, actually we are creating the employee record, right? So in this actually we are having the same fields what we have in the platform event like called job search. So like these are the inputs actually we get it from the end user. So everything is mapped correctly here. So and then if we check the email. So here you can see, so this is a message just now I received. So in this you can see, so this is the email send an email functionality actually we are using. So here the email body actually we are having it is in a flow builder itself. So for the subject, so actually we are dynamically mapping with the job title. So actually I choose the job title as developer, and it is showing as a developer here in the subject, and then this is the respective email. So actually the email to the correct email address, so actually the message is sent to that correct email address. So here also you can see, so the record got created. Next, I will show you now actually we are published through the flow, and then captured subscribe through the flow as well. So now let me show you through the Salesforce how we are going to publish the platform events through the Salesforce API. So let me log in into the workbench. So once logging into that workbench, so actually here actually we're having an option called to make a REST API call. So we have an option in the workbench. So I'm going to make a one REST API like from the like outside Salesforce. I'm going to make a request to the same platform event. So once it is published, so the same like that is captured in the flow, and then the employee record will get created. So for that, so we have to go for the post method. So we are going to like create a new record, and then let me copy the record details. So here it is like a platform event. So we must use the underscore v suffix in the REST APIs or in some other thing. So in the request body, so we have to add the respective fields of the platform event. So we have it as underscore C. So I'm going to create this so through this workbench. So actually here actually for all the fields I'm having like value called week, and this is the off mail actually we are having. Let me copy this as well. So once if we click on the execute, so it will like what we'll do is like, so it will get all this information and it will create a new employee record and it will send an email to the respective email address. So once if I click on the execute, so here you can see, right, so the record got successfully published. Success status is true. So if we check the employee object, so here you can see, so this is a record just now we created. So the record got created in Salesforce from the external system by through the Salesforce API. So here you can see, so all the details are mapped correctly. So these are the details I gave in the workbench. So and then if we check the email, the respective so this is the respective Yap mail. So here you can see, so the email also sent to the respective person with the dynamic values like dev and then their name and also. So yeah, then we saw the demo of like how we are going to how to publish and subscribe the platform events using the flows, and then this one. So yeah, this is also actually we saw just now. So by using the workbench, so we have to like provide the uh, respective platform event name here, and then we have to in the request body. So we have to make this JSON format like with field name and then the field value. So by using this, so we can publish and then we can capture it in Salesforce, and then we will proceed the respective operations. So yeah, that's all about the today's session thing. So anyone have any questions?
Hey, Jagdish, I'm sorry, I have one question.
Yeah, yes, awesome.
So you mentioned that public events needs to be created in the community. So instead of creating a public event, why can't we create a custom object and have the flow run on the custom object? That's so as soon as the end user fill those information. I'm just curious.
Yeah, like as already said, right? So actually, this is like for the testing purpose. So actually, I added like I created one custom object called employee. But as I told already, so if we use the customer community profile license in the community, actually they are not having a permission to create a new account in Salesforce. Okay,
Okay, okay.
so in that case, so we can use this platform event. personally.
Okay. So is there any other use case where we can leverage this platform event?
I mentioned some use cases, right? So these are all actually, so inside Salesforce only is actually I mentioned here. So like from outside Salesforce also, so if you want to like capture any information from outside the Salesforce, so in that case, so we can use the platform events, right? So instead of going with custom object and some other coding in Apex code, so we can use it.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is useful.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, thanks, Chicken. Thanks for your wonderful presentation. I hope the team. So Anish has raised the hand. So Anish, do you have any question?
Yeah, if we have multiple events coming in, how we identify it? Is it using the Comet ID or record ID, something like that? Or
So actually, Anish, so actually in the platform event, right? So actually, so the IDs are actually we're not able to query those IDs, but actually we are having like something called replay ID and then the UUID in platform events. So by using those IDs, so we can control like how actually it is transmitting. Anish, do you have any questions?
Anish, you are on mute.
oh no, that's clear. Sorry. Thanks.
Okay.
Jagan, do we get recording of this session?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, so you will be sending to these recipients, right, for all the people who subscribe.
Actually, Vasant, we have our Trailblazer group page, so you can find it over there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Chetan. Thanks for your
attending.
time. Thanks for your wonderful presentation. Thank you, team, for joining us. Keep supporting us.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.